There's 11,000 volts burning that little blade of grass right there. You don't want to stick your finger in it. They're gonna strip this off and root it up. That's normally where I put a garden. I don't know. I'm so busy with so many other things. I don't think this is the year for gardening, but it is a good spot for it. It's been my garden bed for quite a while. I do really like gardening, but when you got goats that bust out and roam your whole yard, it's just so difficult to keep them from eating everything you don't want them to eat. And I really have not got my life in order. My life is so out of order, so out of control. I mean, it's on its way, I think, but I've got so much infrastructure, permanent groundwork investment to make before this is easy. And I'm really glad I started on such a tiny scale, because in my head I was like, oh, go big or go home. You know, oh, there's economy of scale. Oh, this only works if you go big. I would fail. I kind of in the back of my head, I knew it, that if I jumped into too much commitment, it would just fall apart. So those of you that want to ease into an agricultural homestead livestock type of life, I know that everything you read is going to talk about scale, but if it gets too big of a burden, it just means you got a bigger loss. You know, when you go to bankruptcy, it means you got a bigger loss when it all falls apart. So I would suggest only biting off what you can chew and develop your own small scale sort of systems that are kind of modular, if that makes sense. That, you know, try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and see how you can make them all dovetail together. And if it gets out of hand, so what? You got 3 pigs, 5 goats, so what? Small loss. If you had 300 of them, you'd be buying semi-loads of feed and stuff like that. That's a big deal. So I don't think anyone should try to make money at this until they have produced them without any money from the start. You don't learn how to homestead until the money runs out. What is homesteading? It's people that don't have access to money. That's what it always has been. Homesteading was always something where you were isolated in a remote region without access to markets that have capital. So you did what you had to do and produced what you could off of the ground that you had without leaving. That's a no money. Just because there's no money doesn't mean you didn't work, you know? This society that we have now, this industrial society, if you don't have the money for gas to put in your car, you don't go to work, which means you don't make any money. If you're a homesteader, you don't leave home to do work. You stay at work. You live at work, you stay at work, you stay at work, you live at work. And you make things that you would purchase if you had money. You use your time to produce your things instead of using your time to produce your check to buy your things. If the dollar was stable, you know, if it hadn't lost like 98% of its value since the Federal Reserve was invented, homesteading would be stupid, because the dollar would be strong and you'd be able to buy everything from manufacturers and utilize their economy of scale. You know, the goods would be cheap because the dollar was strong, but the goods are strong because the dollar is cheap. And those of us that designed lives around the dollar, we're all feeling the burn right now. So just some thoughts to kick around while these pigs do my work for me. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Praise the Lord. God bless you.